Hey guys, it's SB Gaming here, and today I'm going to be showing you some highlights of a huge raid I did recently. Bear in mind this was all solo, no one else helped provide any of this equipment for me. This was all done just for fun really, just on an evening I was bored. And yeah, as you can see I've ridden my Tapejara right up to their dino pen, which is covered in turrets and plants. But their building had a gen sticking out. So I took that out, and then all their turrets are down. The only things left on that building are plants. The only thing with having a dino pen there is quite inconvenient for us, because it's right stuck in the middle of the compound, so we have no room to attack the main house. And also in that house they have Giga, Spino, Rexes, all that stuff, birds. They're gonna aggro on you real easy. So when you're raiding a base, be really careful and really aware of that. And there you go, the plants just shooting there. They did attack as well. Yet again, it was solo defending. But defending, I think you'll find, is much easier than attacking. So bear in mind, when you attack someone, you're going to receive something back, unless you manage to get rid of them quick enough for them to not be able to retaliate. If you can do that, then they're not going to hit you. But if they're a big tribe and you don't get them hard quickly, they're going to punch back very hard, and it'll come at you and you won't expect it. When I found out those guys were sitting outside my base, it scared me a lot. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all. You're about to see that soon. But there you go. These carbon enemies proved ineffective. I found out when I blew off the turrets after this raid that they had over 1,100 bullets in each, I think. So with 3 carbon enemies, I wasn't going to be able to soak any bullets at all. But there you go, battle quest there. I'm not sure if you can still do that on official servers, but this is an unofficial server. And there you go. This is just the start of the base defense. I killed their guy and shot a rocket at this battle quest, and just brought out my Rex, which I was willing to sacrifice, and decided to go out and eat some tamed and stuff. And yeah, it's quite easy to defend, because once they're on your ground, you know your ground much more than they do. So you can use either landmarks to your advantage, or you can use just the sea perhaps, because Gigas do drown, but I'm not sure if tame Gigas do anymore. I need to check up on that, because I'm not sure if it's true. But I also dragged them into the water so that our battle threats could absolutely rip it apart. And as you'll see soon, they did, and it was spectacular. It was a great thing to watch. I was so happy that they didn't even touch the base once. With like 3 full Gigas, about 4 Rexes and 3 Quetzals, they couldn't touch us, not once. And you will probably see the base that we have set up. It's very similar. If you look at my intro to the channel, it's very similar to that, with the same pillbox as the one in my pillbox video. But I've got a few more now. Hench Dino Pen covered in Plant X. Got a lot of stuff in that Dino Pen too. And then the house is covered in turrets that have a hench amount of bullets in them. So cool. Just remember, when you're on a raid, if you break into their auto turrets, you can take all of the stuff from them, all the bullets, and bullets are so valuable. There you go, just died to the Giga. I was willing to sacrifice that Rex. Don't really need Rexes too much, so I'm not too bothered about that at all. It's the Quetzals and stuff like that I really care about, the things I used to get around, used for weight, used for health, used for tanking bullets and stuff like that. There you go, that's the inside of my house, just, you know, standard stuff. That's the base. That's the war Quetz after I had to deal with some business, including some Rexes over at their base. I ripped them apart with the turrets on the Quetzal. After this video, well, looking back at this, I didn't really have too many tames. There you go, they're testing if our turrets were on wild dinos or not, but I'm not too bothered about that. The turrets, oh, I forgot what I was going to say, I have no idea. I'll come back to that if I remember. But the reason they were dropping wild dinos in the base is because they're trying to see if they can drop wild dinos with C4 on, so that they can blow up the turrets. And I think dropping things with C4 on them is the most effective way of getting rid of turrets, and possibly the most cheapest. So there you go, you look around, there's a Rex there left unattended, and there's that Giga still in the sea. Oh no. This was when it was on, they tried dropping it into our base. And they completely failed. These people I used to be really good friends with, but because there was a tribe alliance between the tribe I just raided called Stoned, another tribe called Pickled Bread, and another tribe called Tribe Jeebus. Now all of these people left the server, apart from the Jeebus person who came back, because all the other people knew that at one point they were gonna get destroyed. I don't know how I've done all this solo as well. I'm really quite surprised that's happened. By the way, another thing you'll notice on raids, you become much more aware of every dino you see. Like that Quetzal in the sky, that could be wild for all I know. But I doubt it is, to be honest, because it's really quite rare that wild Quetzals come around this area. Because, you know, it's just not the area for Quetzals to spawn. They usually, on the island, spawn around Red Ob. So, there you go. That guy had quite an unusual name there, but that's the guy that we're raiding at the moment, I think. I think he's part of the tribe we're raiding. I'm not sure. But they didn't have too much great stuff on them, to be honest. But then when I went into their base and collected some of the loot, there was some nice juicy stuff in there. It was great. There you go, there's that Rex still there. Really, I should have killed that Rex there, because I think it's on passive. That could actually, yeah, that's a wild Quetzal, that's rare. Never seen that before. There you go, and now their dinos are left unattended, which means I can just take them out. But is that on passive? I think it is. I think they must have whistled passive. But those Gigas, they really did some damage to our tames. Not to our base, they didn't do a single hit point to our base. But there you go. The Quetzal's just going to land. But yeah. There you go, the raid has gone successful so far, and the defense has gone incredibly successful. There's a lot of stuff I cut out, but all of it was important, but these are the main golden highlights of it. Basically, there were a few other Gigas that came along. They died too to the Quetzal with bullets. I just simply aggroed them out into the sea, shot turrets at them, got them enraged, and they started eating each other in the sea. So once the Gigas were enraged, they were making huge collateral damage to each other. And that was great. That was a great benefit for this defense. Getting them enraged in the water is the best thing that could happen. So if you go out of their aggro distance, and then they're still enraged, they will kill anything around it, including their own tames. Now I think that Giga's on passive. If it is, I could really have brought my Rex out and slaughtered it. I should have really done that. I think what I might be doing now is just whipping out the Quetzal with all the turrets on them. Those turrets have got a decent amount of bullets, although I did have to restock at one point. So, base defense really quite easy, to be honest. You should really be getting on well with that, because if you have as many turrets as possible, if you grind on defenses for long enough, you'll be able to absolutely destroy anyone that comes over to the base. But you need to make sure you have all your defenses, like your plant X, they correspond with your turrets, they work together. The plants slow the dinos or people down, and the turrets just mow them down after that so they can't get away. And it's a great effective way of doing it. There you go. I have a little problem with behemoth gates, to be honest. With Rexes, it's quite annoying getting through behemoths. There you go, that's a new Giga. Don't see that at all. Doing some decent damage, but that Giga's doing damage. That Rex was also new, and I just hadn't seen that before. There we go. If I could drag them back to the turrets, they would mow them down. Because last week, I believe it was, I didn't record it, but I did a huge raid on people that live really nearby, and then they came over with an army of about 9 allos, no 11 allos with a level 171 Giga, and they started trying to munch on the base, but the base and the turrets absolutely slaughtered them, and those allos are well known on this server, but they're dead now, because they just simply don't know how to attack a base orderly. I mean, they sacrificed all the tames they had left, all the good tames they had left as well, just for that, and it was pointless. But there you go. It's going well, this defense. I mean, I'm losing tames, but the base hasn't taken a hit yet. Not a single one. There you go. What you want to be doing on defense as well is picking them a lot and then killing them. So that's the most effective way to make sure they leave their dinos unattended. There you go. Those two Warp Pontos as well. One of them is on 50k health, one of them is on around 62k health. They are both extremely tanky, doing an extremely high amount of damage. If I'd whipped them out when all their tames were on passive, I would have absolutely destroyed them. There you go, just picked the guy off his Giga there. No, was it? No, it was a Rex, I think he was on. There you go, Joe. I never knew who that was actually. I think he was in that stoned tribe that I was just raiding. But there you go, got some parachutes. Nice. But don't really need parachutes, to be honest, because they're not going to really be able to pick me too easily. There you go, this is decently high level RG. Now that all their tames are alone, and it's just me and their tames, so I think at this point is when I bring out the Quetzal and I start destroying them. If you can make these, if you can actually try to make these, and if it works, these will actually destroy everything. Because turrets alone do so much damage, but when you put it on the back of a Quetzal, and a really tanky one at that as well, then they will absolutely destroy anything that comes towards you. You turn it on, you're trying to kill a wild dino and it's threatening your base, just fly over it and it's dead. Having to deal with this kind of base defense problem, it's not really a problem. You've got this to back you up. See, if you see the Giga's eyes going orange, it's enraged, as you can see there. Yeah, it's enraged. But unfortunately it was still within aggro distance, so it wouldn't kill the other Rexes around it. Jellyfish as well. New addition to the game. They would slow tames down in the water and slowly kill them. But that was a benefit too, because if, you know, they get caught by jellyfish and these turrets are on them, that's going to be an absolutely enormous problem for them. There you go, that's perfect. Killing off the Rex, but I really would like that to target the Giga. That would be most helpful. But when I rewatch this raid, it makes me quite happy because now we're a little bit more successful and stuff. And that's the kind of thing I do from weekend to weekend, because on this server it's PvE for from Monday at 6 o'clock to Friday at 6 o'clock. That's when the PvP weekend starts, and this is when I start raiding and stuff and defending and going around destroying people. But these people deserved being destroyed because they were threatening our admin. And the admin just told me to absolutely destroy them, so I went ahead and I did, and it was a great deal of fun. Here we go to the passive Giga. But it will become enraged, so it's not going to be passive for long. 2 seconds, there we go. It's enraged and sends you. I think it gets stat boosts when it's enraged, I'm not sure. But they aren't a nice thing to go enraged inside your own base. So they'll kill your base, they'll kill your team, they'll kill everything. There you go, the chat wasn't working properly. We need to fix that on Xbox, it's become quite a problem. But this was surprisingly easy to defend. I mean, I don't think they were trying too hard. Because they came over here and they didn't really come back. But I think at this point they were packing their stuff to leave the server because they got so angry that they lost so many good teams. Every team that you've seen attacking the base right now were all high level, like varying between 150 to 230. That was the base level, basically the average level. But there you go, that that Rex there should die any second now. There you go, that Rex stuck in the jellyfish, that's made me happy. But I think I'll be heading back a little bit and trying a new approach. That one should be dead. And now there you go. That one should be dead in a second now too. But raiding can get quite boring because you can be on raids that will last 3 days, 2 days, not arc days, I mean real life days. It will be incredibly hard to crack open a good base. It really isn't easy. Funny thing is, if you look at that Quetzal now that we're currently in a dogfight with, that is the mother of the current Quetzal I own. Because I stole a fertilized egg from their house, and so, you know, I've got a Quetzal that looks exactly like that. It's bad Quetzal though, so... Funny thing is as well, they threatened to wipe us if we touch their, what was it, their tape Shara, called Caboose, and we killed Caboose and we never got wiped, so... And then look at that, their carbon enemy failing to make it into our base. Tried to catch it mid-air possibly, but didn't work. Carbon enemies wouldn't have been enough to soak the bullets anyway. Got decent view. Should be alright. There you go, the mother and the father I think are just there now. The one behind me, one in front, so I've got multiple turrets on the mother and father. And there they are, they're whistling their Giga out, which makes them an obvious retreat. There's that other Giga I forgot about, I might try taking that now soon. Well, have the turrets even got bullets in them? The ones on the back. There you go, there's still something on that. Got it. There you go. This pretty much is an unraidable base because we've got all sides and all angles covered by turrets. Plants will slow anything down that gets anywhere near the base, and then the turrets will just simply lay waste to everything. But there are a few updates on the house as well. There are turrets on catwalks as well and stuff. There's about 21 turrets on the house at the moment, which for some Alpha Tribe standard bases really isn't that many, but then there's so many bullets in each one, it's mental. There you go, spare turrets there, spare bullets. I'll take a few of them for the Quetzal. There you go. We got a lot of stuff. Pretty much everything you're looking at right now was from the raid I did last weekend. Got a Mastercraft shotgun from that as well, Mastercraft wooden club and 2 Mastercraft wooden swords. No wooden swords, just 2 Mastercraft swords, and they were all immense. But the club I gave away, the shotgun I gave away, and that's just how it went in the end. as you can see here, just taking out that blue Giga because they left it there because it's Jeebus's, the person we're raiding. He was apparently desperate to get back to his base to defend, but we weren't even on the offensive at the time. So that's that. Here we go. Nearly died there. Got a few bullets, but I'd have to change the range to high, because when it's looking out across the sea, you need the longest distance away from the Giga as you can. So I think the ones on the back really should be high, because if you just fly in front of it, it's not going to be able to do anything about it, and you'll absolutely slaughter it. So there you go. So they've got decent few bullets. Sorry. I'm gonna put them all in that one for now. There you go. And right. That Giga, I'm not sure what level it is, I guess we'll see in a minute or two. But all of these tames were probably high level. No max level Gigas, thankfully. No overpowered, tanky Gigas that are gonna slaughter everything. Just the ordinary, everyday Giga. Nothing too bad. The Giga I have, low level, isn't good at all. Has 17k health, goes up 100 per level. Melee, awful, it's about 40%, which is probably the equivalent of a level 70 Giga. These were level 170s and stuff like that, so these weren't really the Gigas to mess around with. That Giga, they may as well say goodbye to. That's dead. That's definitely dead now. It's very bloody, it's being chased by a Megalodon. There you go, that died. So here we go back to Stone Tribe's base. As you can see, the house over there. What I did not realise is that when I was dropping their own carbon enemies on their base with C4 on them, I was actually successful and did manage to kill that off. And basically that side of the house were the turrets on that side were all powered down. Well, nearly all of them, but basically if you can drop either wild dinos on their base or their own tame dinos that they've already either given to you or you've just picked out their base, if you use that against them, you're going to be able to raid any base, anytime, anywhere, because they use the same tactics everywhere. By the way, I'm just going to use rockets to kill this carbon enemy because I really have no other way to do it at the moment. I'll just use my RG, I guess, but still I hate when they have tames on neutral that they can defend with, because they're quite a pain. So if you're willing to be like harder to attack and you want to be stronger and more fortified, set your tames on either neutral or passive, but never aggressive, because then they have to hit first and then they'll deal with you. They'll deal with it from that point on, but you cannot let them on aggressive, because you don't want them to be starting the fights and stuff. You want the people to be starting it with you, so that you can just say, hey look, you've killed my tame there, or even if it was one passive, you could just say, look, you've killed my passive tame, can I just ask why you're attacking me and stuff like that. But here we're just blasting into the base, and it's really quite interesting. There you go, the lamppost goes out, so I take out some form of power. That little weird ass thing. Don't know how I'll deal with that. Just RG, I guess. I shouldn't bother us really for too long. Turrets still on. The only thing about this base was they left they put their wires in ceilings. That's the thing you gotta watch when you're raiding a base. You need to be looking for those wires, because if they have wires poking out anywhere, if you can damage them in any way possible, whether it's spinning on a Pteranodon, using blind spots in turrets and Plant X to hit it, and stuff like that, or just, you know, just bombing it as well. If you can get rid of the wires, you've gotten rid of the turrets, which are the main threat, and once you've gotten rid of them, you can blow into their base. That's the only problem you'll encounter on raids. Though their people and their turrets, that's just about it. Just telling the admin how I've, you know, been successful on the raid. To be honest, I was expecting this tribe to have more, but they weren't such a good tribe, to be honest. They were a bit bad at PvP. I've had conflict with them before. I've picked them up off their birds and stuff easily whilst they're typing in chat and stuff. They were just too vulnerable, and they're incredibly threatening to everyone. So to get rid of that threat made everyone on the server much more comfortable. But wiping out Stone Tribe means all of their friends, which are Alpha tribes as well, all of them, they went, which means I then became the Alpha tribe. The solo Alpha tribe, I guess you could say. That's good. If you're solo, then I advise you watch this video. It will be so helpful to you, because solo raiding is not easy, but for some reason I've managed to pull it off, and usually it just doesn't work solo. But last night, before I've recorded this audio, I flew into a base, just for the hell of it, a much bigger base than this one, because they had blind spots in their turrets. I just went through there with a pike, taking out outlets, taking out wires, taking out dinos and stuff like that. But they caught me, and so I just gave up on that raid, because they were online and those people are great at PvP, and I just simply did not want to mess with them at all. There you go, a lot of green numbers. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing, basically I'm just shooting at the top just to get rid of the gen, which is on top. But then I start seeing these little buggers coming around trying to take out me and the RG. But it should be fine. If you just, you know, look at that, just biking through walls. It's quite an easy way to kill their tames. Nearly dead. Sorry if this is boring you, but I've cut out a lot of boring stuff. This video should be around 32-33 minutes long, and I've managed to take out all of their you know, all of that stuff. There you go, that carbon enemy there. Well, yeah, I managed to take out a lot of stuff. I think the footage was around 2.5 hours long originally, but I've cut it right down to, you know, just a bit over half an hour, so that it was, you know, more enjoyable for you. You wouldn't get bored, and you just simply find some easy PvP tips to pick up off this video. This is more of a how to raid solo vid, but it's mainly just a little bit of PvP, because raid videos really are quite nice to watch and stuff, because you can learn, you can become more able through raiding, and you can start gaining resources in this game much more easily. It's a great thing, raiding, because you can extinguish threats on the server. You can get rid of other alpha tribes so that you are the alpha tribe, and then, you know, you can, I don't see the point in server wipes. The server can only function with people on it, and if there aren't people on it, it's just you, and if it's just you, it's going to get incredibly boring. So whoever's watching, please never do a server wipe, because it completely ruins people. They hate it when they get their progress completely destroyed, and it's just not a really great thing to do. There you go. Their tames. Oh, so many things came out of that dino pen when I blew into it. Dire wolves, for example. They just really crack at you, and it's not very nice to deal with them. That vault you just saw me fly past, quite surprisingly, that was left open. They didn't pin code it at all. And yeah, that was just surprising. Always pin code your vaults, because then they can't get into it at all, and they have to blow in there with a lot of rockets. I think it's around 24, and then it's around 28 to 32 C4s. But you know, it's good to know this stuff off by heart, because then that way you can just, you know this stuff. You can have the knowledge straight up, and it will really benefit you. I think, in my opinion, it will benefit you knowing all of the general stuff. There you go, that's some interesting stuff. The blueprints, that was good as well. They had a lot of blueprints, and it was a really nice set of stuff as well. There was like a load of blueprints for ghillie, there's these rifles, and somehow all of this. I think there was a fishing rod blueprint, which doesn't come about very often, but you do only get to use it 3 times, I believe it is, 3, 5, something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. But some interesting blueprints there that'll benefit my tribe greatly if anyone's willing to join. If anyone does actually want to join us watching this video, this is Xbox One, so if you're going to join the tribe, just let me know and I'll tell you how to get to the people that'll get you in this server. You just have to add this account, and they'll add you back, and then you can join their game, and it takes you straight onto the server. They'll always be online unless the server's resetting and it's rebugging, stuff like that. But if you really want to join this tribe, just comment and I'll get you in. There you go. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a lot from it too. It was a great experience for me, and hopefully you'll have experiences like this in future. This has been SB Gaming here. I will become more consistent with videos, I'm sorry about that. But have a nice day, and I'll see you another time.